Merry Christmas, my disciples, and if you do not celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a happy holidays. Now, you may be able to hear it, but I'm kind of sick. So if I look messed up and I sound messed up and I act like I'm messed up, it's because I'm pretty messed up. And it's kind of sad because my mom has COVID, yet I don't have COVID. So it's kind of upsetting, you know, seeing someone close to you suffer a bit more than you, and you have one of those moments like, it should have been me instead. But nonetheless, I am not having a very Merry Christmas. However, I heard some news that may turn this whole sucky feeling around, surrounding a web novel that you guys will not stop recommending. Like, it is almost unhealthy for the amount of recommendations I've had for this web novel. And as someone that makes videos surrounding web novels, and of course manhwas and manhwas and all that, I have not read many web novels at all. Though I have read hundreds of manhwas and manhwas, which is very unhealthy to speak out loud, but it's something that I have to come to terms with. And during this transition from manhwas and manhwas to web novels, apart from Reverend Insanity and Lord of the Mysteries, one web novel has been highly suggested, and that is Shadow Slave. And to top it all off, Shadow Slave is receiving its own webtoon adaptation. And the author of Shadow Slave is 99% sure that it is going to be pretty soon here. So I would expect within the next couple of months. And the thing is, I really want to be excited for this adaptation. But the problem is, I have no idea what it's about. I mean, I wanted to go from Reverend Insanity to Lord of the Mysteries to Shadow Slave. But seeing as Shadow Slave is now going to get a bunch of hype around it, I don't really want to be late to the whole train. So there is only one way to fix this predicament, and that is to read it. I'm going to start reading Shadow Slave right now, and after I get through 10 chapters, I will let you all know what I think. So everything that I say from here on out will be my true, honest feelings, completely off the script. And I will let you all know whether you should or should not look forward to this adaptation. Are you ready for a sick man's take on a top 5 web novel? Because here we go. Now for starters, the cover art on this is beautiful, and it has 2,065 chapters. And the intro quote to Shadow Slave is "Dare to Dream." I like that. Wow. And just like that, I am on chapter 10 of Shadow Slave. And I am a changed man. Not really, but that was a pretty good read. Sadly, like I said, I'm sick, so I'm low-key like falling asleep as I'm reading, so I can't like fully enjoy it, but it was really good. So first, I'm going to give you a general outline of what the story's about so far, and then I'll maybe go a little bit more in depth, and I'll give you a little spoiler warning just in case you don't want like anything at all spoiled for this story. And then I'll give you my overall rating of the story so far. So, for starters, Shadow Slave is pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. It follows the story of this boy named Sunless. And Sunless lives in a world that seems like it used to have been like our world, but one day everybody started getting really tired. Or at least a fraction of the population did. And these people that were really tired succumbed to the tiredness and slipped into a dream. Well, this whole collective tiredness was actually a spell called the Nightmare Spell. Though we haven't really delved too much deeper into what the Nightmare Spell was caused by, it caused everyone to fall into the sleep. And in this sleep, they faced trials, which are referred to as, I believe it was the Nightmare Trial. And when you're in these trials, you get placed into life or death situations. And the most common theme of these is to maybe get put into like a family soldier or like a night unit or something like that. And if you succeed, you can awaken abilities. The way that you do things per se, like if you kill people or monsters or you have good feats or whatever, you can get rewards. And you can also seemingly accumulate merit. So like the better you do in these trials, the greater your reward. And upon completion of the Nightmare Trials, you would come back to the real world, so you'd wake up with your newfound abilities. However, if you die in the trials, your body opens up a portal to that nightmare realm. So the monsters inside that nightmare realm can invade Earth. Are you following? So due to all of this, Earth kind of turned into like a caste system per se. The people at the top have a lot of advantages. they can realistically completely prepare for one of these trials. And then when they're in the trials, they have the chance of like awakening memories or something from past people in their family lineage that did the trials. It didn't touch too much on this point, but that's kind of what goes on. And our boy Sunny, or Sunless, is like the lowest of the low, poor, living on the streets type of kid. And though it did not say it explicitly, I believe he is 16 years old because he said he did not want to die before reaching 17. And our boy Sunny starts to get tired. And what does that mean? It means that he is going to be slipping into a nightmare trial. And the thing that makes this story so interesting so far is that our boy Sunny is resolved to face death. He does not care. He understands that the life that he has been living so far has been less than. And he understands that these trials do provide an opportunity for him, but at the end of the day, who cares? This lack of caring for his own safety provides a sense of calmness and almost intellect provided to the situation. So he's a guy that doesn't fold when things get a little crazy, which is a very, very nice touch for an MC. I cannot stand reading about MCs that freak out whenever things get crazy or constantly second guess themselves, because I relate too much to that. And I like to see how the other half lives. So Sunny is a guy that can calmly analyze the situation and go from there without second guessing himself. Something that I probably would not be able to do in his situation, which is why I love reading about characters like this so much. And now that kind of sums up the initial plot. As I have just reached the 10th chapter, I have no idea what to expect, and so far, the fights have been really, really interesting. Sunny is someone that has used his calmness and his intellect to his advantage, so I highly recommend you reading it. Now for my rating. Out of 10, where do I place the start of Shadow Slave? And for this rating, I'm going to use Lord of the Mysteries and Reverend Insanity as a basis to go off of. So for the first 10 chapters of Shadow Slave, I would rank it way higher than Lord of the Mysteries. Because of the slow start that Lord of the Mysteries has, the first couple of chapters of Shadow Slave are beautiful. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. They are so descriptive and help you understand exactly what is going on that I truly cannot find much fault with them. It covers many different things, like the difference in people based on their wealth, how you can truly never trust somebody no matter if you rescue them from the brink of death or not, and how you can do many different things if you are resolved to die. I'm making light of the situation, but it does really well in tons of aspects. And as I stated earlier, I cannot find any true faults with it so far. However, giving a 10 out of 10 rating is a little too much, so I think we'll sit Shadow Slave for its first 10 chapters at a solid 9 out of 10. Therefore, I would say that it is 100% worth it to check out the new upcoming Shadow Slave manhwa. I believe that so far, if done correctly, it could provide a revolutionary new story to the world of manhwa and manhwa. So overall, color me impressed. I am very, very excited now. So it's the next day, and it's a Christmas now, so Merry Christmas, everyone. But I ended up reading 29 chapters last night, so I can't recommend this book enough. There gets to a point where it kind of makes you stump and you want to shut it off because it's just a stupid twist. But it turns out to not be too bad, so I highly recommend this book, guys. Please check it out for your own good. It's a real good one. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I promise you that we will welcome you to the sect with open arms. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. And don't forget to become a bigger part of the sect by joining the Discord. Please, I really want to build a real community with all of you, but that can only be accomplished if you join the Discord. Anyways, my throat is killing me, so I am going to end the video here. I hope you all have a happy holidays and a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, sunrise, sunset, whatever time it is for you. I hope you have a great one because you deserve it. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.